Ladies and gentlemen, after last week's game, there was an altercation in the locker room between George Bentley, the running back Trevor Lewis, and wide receiver Albert Cox. Trevor Lewis got into it. They said it got physical with wide receiver Albert Cox, who had some words about not getting the ball more. He's been on a hot streak the last couple games. And in the loss, he felt he should have gotten a little bit more. It got physical, and Albert Cox is injured. It's skeptical if his shoulder was injured during the game or in the altercation, but redshirt freshman Lorenzo Hall will be starting in his place this game. Trevor Lewis will be suspended for this game, and the returner of the year, David Marshall, will be starting for him at running back, taking his spot. Senior Ben Evans is still suspended. Redshirt freshman David Bailey will be the second running back. And redshirt sophomore Eddie Leak will get the start over George Bentley. Senior Bozeman is still out with broken ribs. So redshirt junior, sophomore Eddie Leak, 6'4", 240, decent throwing, and very elusive for his size. With that being said, let's finish the season off right. Let's get into it. No national championship on the line. Crucial loss. Put us behind. Cal quarterback's very solid guy. Got to give it up for him. Nearly threw for 400 yards against us this game. For those of you who've been watching, thank you for liking, subscribing. If you're new, like, subscribe. It's hot here in Hawaii. We got a future Heisman, David Marshall, is getting his first start at running back. He will be the returner of the year. He's been very hot. If you haven't seen his highlights, check out some of the old videos. So we wanted to get him the ball a little bit more, see how high he get in. Don't be surprised if he works hard this offseason. As you see, same old offense, getting off to a slow start this season. That's been the story this season. Is a strong defense holding the offense down, and the offense getting off to a slow start. However, speaking of the defense holding them up, we had our senior Victor Bates, who came to Hawaii as an athlete, getting, I believe, his first interception of the season. Whiffing on the sack. Well, Victor Bates using that vertical, and Eddie Leak, he got off to a very slow start, taking the safety, and we're down 2-0 pretty early. But this defense has had our back. They've been strong, pushing through, trying their best as we come up short once again on the INT. Elite gradually throughout the game started getting warmed up. We tried to get redshirt David Daly the ball, but we thought it was smart just to put the ball in Mr. Marshall's hands, who's always getting loose, it seems like. What would it be if him and Eddie Leak ran this whole season? Could one of them possibly be up for a Heisman? The future's looking bright here in Hawaii. Heading into the third quarter, odd score 7-2. Haven't really even seen us get too many points in the first quarter this whole season, so it was kind of a different feeling for us. Get a 3 and out. And the man's been hot all season, but people keep watching film, so they know to go after them shoelaces so he's not getting loose. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Support the small channels. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. The more we keep giving David Marshall the ball, he's averaging over 5 yards every time he touches that ball. Look for him to possibly be up for a Heisman soon. Eddie Leak was getting warmed up. Started finding his best friend Lorenzo Hall. David Daly Still not getting warmed up yet. Freshman redshirt still looks like it needs a little bit of work. And every time we look like we're pulling away, Cal fighting, stiff arming the senior Victor Bates to the ground. But what I like is the story of the season is how Victor Bates takes that stiff arm, but the very next play comes up making that tackle at the line of scrimmage. And I like this play right here. This week we have the 4-2 playbook back, and this is why I like it. This is my strong safety, the senior Tim coming up making that tackle. I just feel it's a lot more comfortable for me to defend an option for certain runs when I have DBs, a little extra quicker DBs up there playing the run. And the man who's getting loose all season long, this should lock up the reward for him. The returner of the year, David Marshall. Breaking the record of the transfer at Eton, who went on to the NFL. But the amazing thing is, if you check the videos from earlier on in the season, the man who makes the key block, the walk-on fullback, Leonard, number 23. If you remember, earlier in the season, I talked about possibly cutting him, but I kept him along with his buddy who walked on as both fullbacks, both from South Carolina, simply to create South Carolina as a pipeline state. He comes up with the key block, sealing David Marshall. It should lock up the return of the year award for him. And like I said, they was always fighting back. It's senior night here for Cal. They wanted to wear the all whites. They get a 3-and-out and they end up shaking the kick. And I think this is where you start seeing the turn of events for them. We get a hot return by the kicker, David Marshall. So we told Eddie Lee, calm down, keep it cool, don't turn the ball over, put some points on the board, and we're moving in the right direction this game to end the regular season, heading into bowl season. If you haven't seen the other videos, we are hot in recruiting right now. It's one of the top classes you guys are seeing coming in. Lorenzo Hall and Eddie Leak found out they were best friends on this game. Back-to-back passes to Lorenzo Hall. 6 seconds from the pocket, though, we take a shot to the end zone from Mitchell. He's not hungry enough, so we ended up settling for a field goal, putting us at a comfortable lead, 17-8. Marshall wants the reward so bad, so he's constantly taking the kicks out. And I think it was just a misfortune of events for them, but this play right here is exactly why I don't like my kick returners as my starting running backs. He probably could have broke free for that run. However, totally exhausted. Eddie Lee with a comfortable lead, getting warmed up, meeting up with his pal, CJ Willer. No one open on the play. 6'4", 240, moving so well. Talk about Johnny Jackson, the redshirt freshman. How about this redshirt sophomore possibly going up for some hardware next year? We again tried to get David Daly in, the redshirt freshman, not really moving. But Eddie Leak started to get very warmed up. David still cold. But Eddie Leak says, I think I know what I'm doing out here. Hooks up with the redshirt sophomore Mitchell. We get them to go on another 3-and-out, and Eddie Leak picks up where he left off. He looked great this game. NFL caliber quarterback is what many said. He's good off the play action. He can scramble. He can pass. Started off a little rusty, but connects here with the junior C.J. Willer. We get them on another 3-and-out. He's still hot. Still keeping the ball moving. Like I said, if you made it this far, you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate you supporting the small channel. Look out for this guy, David Marshall, leading the pack next year. Don't be surprised if he works hard in this offseason. He takes over as a starting role for the running back next year. Eddie Leak feeling real comfortable here, testing deep. Not getting it. We've been in this position before. 17 points can easily turn to a 7-point game. So wanted to be smart going into the fourth quarter. Let's finish strong, heading into the bowl season, heading into the off season. get the ball loosen up just a little bit more. And before we got him out of there, he tests Lorenzo Hall. The height, the size, when you wear that number 88 on your back, you know you got to show out. Where you got him one-on-one, just straight leaps over the defender. Hashtag user catch. Love the patience, the accuracy of 80 Leak to put it right where his only receiver can get it. No safety over top. The redshirt freshman Lorenzo Hall takes over. This is my zone. Defensively, it wasn't too exciting game. I feel like there were 2 scores before the half from our special teams and a field goal and a score right after half. It was 3 straight scores by our Rainbow Warriors and Cal that just didn't really come through when they needed to. They were hanging in there, but the 3 unanswered scores put them behind. And when the fourth quarter came and when it rains, it pours, Tim Feener, the senior strong safety, picks it off, takes it to the crib. Their very next possession, they throw a pick on the first play, and like I said, when it rains, it pours. Just what we expected this game. David Marshall over 300 yards on purpose. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Eddie Leak, his first start, solid game, no turnovers, 3 TDs. Red shirt freshman David Marshall over 300 yards, all total purpose. Lorenzo Hall coming through in his clutch start. Shout out to the Cal quarterback for nearly 400 yards passing, crucial picks at the end. But check this recruiting out. Our top tight ends that we wanted, and Mike Pendleton. In the comments, let me know how you think we should spread these points out. You know how it's going to be this offseason. We got 3 guys holding out on us. It's along with the top recruiting class. We get these guys or not, it's still a dope recruiting class. I feel like the secret weapon is our man James Robertson, 6'7", 233 athlete. I feel like if we don't get those tight ends, that's the position he'll go through. This guy at 6'7", 233, he can play receiver, DB, it looks like. Tight end. Hey, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer to the off season. It's one of the hottest recruiting classes out right now. It's hot in Hawaii. Thanks for watching. Support the small channels.